Hello, team. I hope you are feeling good. Hope you've had a lovely day so far. My name is Emma. If we have not been on a nice little yoga video or some other race before, and we've got about a half an hour today to kind of sink into a few different paces and rhythms. So, this flow will be helpful maybe if you're looking at a bit of a break, maybe you've just finished a race and you're kind of preparing to start a new block, or even maybe if you're on a taper and you're thinking you've got a little bit of energy and you won't want to go too far, that you're not going to go on another run or add a new strength workout in, but maybe you just want to play around a little bit and try and see how we can work with our breathing. But just half an hour, nothing too strong. There's obviously always variations that you can take for any option. So get yourself ready, pop yourself in a comfy position, any tools like blocks and straps, cushions even that you might need, grab some water and pop your playlist on and we'll get into it. So, starting in a comfy seated position, I'm cross-legged, you don't have to be. If it is comfy for you, but you kind of feel a little bit funny today, maybe you've got a bit of a tight hip, or both hips maybe, pop a block or something underneath your bottom and then it will elevate you a little bit more. So you'll be sitting up a little bit taller and just going to add that little bit more comfort through our legs. So we're just going to start here for a couple of deep breaths and just start to focus, settle into where we are at, closing our eyes, hands wherever you want them to be. Just take a few big rolls of your shoulders, taking them down away from our ears, all the way round. Sitting up as tall as we can through the crown of our heads. And just settling into this seated position. So we're feeling whatever is touching the ground, the mat, just kind of rooting down through our seat bones, maybe your ankles. Taking a deep breath in to fill up through your chest, all the way down to our tummies. Big sigh out. Another one of those, deep breath. Big release. And then settling into a breathing rhythm that you can stay with as we move. Something that you can come back to, focus on if you need. So a little deeper, a little slower perhaps than your usual regular breathing. And just using these first few moments to tune in to where we are, maybe thinking about any particular areas that we need to stretch into. So that might be that you have, for example, those tight hips. And when we go into postures that aid in that area, just really tuning in, focusing in, see if we can release some of the tension as we sink into our stretches. Finding one more deep breath just as you are. And then starting by bringing your left hand over to the side of you. You can open your eyes now if you wish or keep them closed. Right arm sweeping all the way up, stretching down through the side of our waist, over the top of our ribs, down towards those hips. Really trying to draw this right knee down and away from you as well. So often it kind of lifts up and we tilt our entire weight. But we're trying to really feel this stretch over through the side of our waist. So lifting your chest up and reaching right fingertips away. Slowly coming back across and then over to the other side. Lifting left arm all the way up and over. Looking up towards our elbows, our fingers. So where we're looking is helping our stretch, aiding it, reaching that teeny bit further. Gently coming back. Now, if we had crossed legs, we're going to re-switch them. We're just going to switch them. So that back foot is now in front. If you're kneeling or in another position where you're not quite going to change that, then just stay as you are and we'll repeat that motion. So deep breath in this time as we bring our left hand down, right arm sweeps all the way up. One breath here. And then all the way over to the other side, right hand down, left arm reaches. Slowly coming back, hands onto our mat. I'm going to flip up and over my knees from here to try and move into all fours, but any way that you wish. to move onto all fours. So our hands, our wrists are underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. We're going to move into some cat-cows. Deep breath in as we roll our shoulders back, lift our chest. Exhale as we curl up towards the top of your room. Breathing in as we come forwards. Breathing out as we roll and lift. One more time, coming forwards, breathing in. And all the way out. From here, back down to neutral, toes tucking. We're lifting up into our downward facing dog. So our hips are drawing up as high as they can go to, pedaling out our feet a little bit. You might get a few little cracks and clunks through your ankles, your toes. Drawing left and right. Finding a space all the way through the back of our legs. I don't know about you guys, but I have tight hamstrings today. Hips drawing all the way up. Hands anchored down in front, so really pressing through our thumbs and first fingers, squeezing them into the ground, and then using that lift, that length that they give you to come all the way forward, all the way forwards, all the way up. From here, looking towards your hands, little steps forwards with your toes, so coming all the way to the top of your mat. Breathing in as we lift halfway, shoulders rolling back. Breathing out, we're folding down. Just hanging here for a little bit of time. See if you can tilt your weight slightly further forwards towards your toes. A bit more length through our backs, our legs. Take another deep breath in as we lift up, lengthen through our spines. Exhale, folding. Twisting from here, left knee starts to bend. Right arm lifts all the way up as we turn our chest again to the side. This time a bit more of a stretch down the outside of our legs. Softening into it, can we send this side of our hips, our bottoms all the way up high as they can go. Slowly release, coming down, switching over to the other side. So right knee bends, left arm lifts, left leg is fairly straight. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, can still be a little micro bend through our knee. We're turning our gaze, our chest, rotating towards the side. And release, both hands down on our mat. Little shake out of our legs, shoulders rolling. Hands down on the ground. We're stepping ourselves into a high plank. Breathing in at the top. Breathing out, either knees first or that full kind of negative press up down towards your mat. Toes untucking, shoulders rolling as we lift up towards a cobra. Now from here, we're just going to stay in a little bit. Maybe you bring your forearms down and move more into a sphinx. This may be more comfy today. Maybe you come up onto your hands, a bit more space in front of our chest, our hips, shoulders drawing away with lifting. Now either option, we're just going to take a little turn over our right shoulder and then come back, turn over the left. All the way back to the front, taking one more breath here. Slowly moving ourselves back towards a child's pose, bottoms towards our heels, fingertips reach forwards, upper body just folding over our lap. Feel that gentle little rounding through our spine. And then lifting up back into those downward facing dogs. Okay, so that same sequence, that same bit of motion we've just done, we're going to move into again, but this time pretty much moving just as we breathe. So taking every single movement as an inhale or an exhale and just seeing how that goes. At any time, if you need to take another breath where you are, just please go with it. Looking towards your hands, starting to walk your toes up towards the top of your mat. Breathing in, we lift halfway. Breathing out, we fold. Inhale again to lift up. Exhale to lower. Over into that twist. Left knee bends, arm reaches, breathing in. Breathing out, come down. Switching to the other side. Right knee bends, left arm lifts. Exhale, come down. Stepping yourself back into a high plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, knees first or whole negative press up towards your mat. Inhale, we're lifting. Exhale, moving back towards those child's poses. And then coming back towards your downward facing dog. A lot quicker on that time. Have a little shuffle, a wiggle. Maybe your hips need to move side to side. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle around your mat. Thinking again about those sweet spots perhaps that you want to stretch into. From here, we're going to add a few things on, but pretty much the same sequence. If I can tuck my top in. Pretty much the same sequence at its core, but just adding a few extra moves into it. So from where we are, deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Same again, breathing in. All the way out. Looking towards your hands, stepping up to the top of your mat, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. This time into a chair. Inhale, we're sweeping arms up, bottoms are going back. Chest is lifted. Weight down in our heels as much as we can. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands down to our chest. Breathing in. As we breathe out, right elbow turning towards your left thigh, opening up all the way across, back to the front. Inhale. Exhale over to the other side, chest twists. Coming back to the front, breathing in. Breathing out to fold forwards. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, come down. Hands pressing onto your mat. Maybe you want to jump this time back to a high plank and into those vinyasas again. So that knees first, or fall lower down through a chaturanga. This time perhaps into an up dog as we breathe in. So just our feet and our hands on our mat, chest open. Breathing out, coming up and back towards our downward facing dog. Again, have a wiggle, have a shuffle. Roll your shoulders, your waist, rocking left and right. Deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Same again for that flow. So we're walking forwards, toes to the top of our mats, breathing in as we lift halfway. Breathing out, we're folding forwards. Inhale, we're lifting. Exhale, fold. Back into that chair pose, hips go low, arms reach up. This time reaching your fingertips forwards. Can we keep those hips low? Come all the way back up. Exhale, reach forwards. Inhale to the top. Exhale forward, stay strong in your legs. Lowering down, breathing in, lift halfway. Breathing out to lower. From here, this time we're going to plant down through our right hand. Right foot steps all the way back behind us. And then turning to the side with left arm breathing in. Left arm lifting up as we breathe in. Exhale, release. Hands both down, stepping back into a high plank again for those vinyasas. So lowering down however you wish. Maybe it's through that little bit of a stronger heat builder, chaturanga into up dog. Or maybe you're staying with that knees first option and moving with your breath. Wherever you are, wherever you came through, coming back to your downward dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Okay. Same again, we're walking forwards, toes towards the top of our mats. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale again. Exhale, release. Hips go back, arms reach up high, breathing in, breathing out. This time into a little bit of a cactus shape with our arms, so elbows out to the side, chest open, breathing in. Exhale, reaching forward, same as we did before. Inhale, we're opening back up. Exhale, reach forwards, taking one more of these, cactus shape with our arms as we breathe in. Exhale, reaching. Hands coming down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Left hand this time stays down as we step those left toes back. Right arm lifts, reaches up towards the top. Rolling the shoulder away. Release. Right hand comes down, stepping back into your flow all the way back through to your downward dogs. Okay, take a moment, take a breather. Maybe coming down onto your knees, toes untucking, hips towards our heels. We're going to repeat those last two flows in a second, but a slower, gentle pace. So again, we're playing around with this pace for a moment. One, because sometimes that fast movement with one breath, one movement helps us really to focus on where we're at, really brings us to where we are. So sometimes it's just a bit of a, yeah, I don't know, rhythm. It helps us, helps me anyway. Hopefully it helps you too. Um, and then when we move into those slower, more mindful moments in the postures, we can sink into them that bit more. So obviously we're a little bit warmer now as well because we've got our bodies moving. And then coming into things a little bit slower just gives us that like, oh, okay, we can go into this now. This is nice. Sinking into it a little bit more. I guess it's a little bit like when you're going for a run and that first mile, you just got to get through it. Sometimes, you're just breathing and just like, hey, just keep one foot in front of the other. Maybe the end of the marathon is a bit like that too. And then in the middle, sometimes you get to this nice point where actually things are just starting to flow easily and you feel calmer. We're going to come into that part of our flow now. So back into our downward dogs, hands onto your mat in front, hips drawing up high. Take a deep breath in, slow breath out. Walking your toes forward, steady as you need. Lifting ourselves halfway up, shoulders rolling back, length through our spines. Slowly folding back down as we breathe out. Moving back into those chair poses. So you may want to bring your feet a little bit closer for this one as we're holding it a bit longer. Hips drawing back, arms are lifting up. Now I know our chair pose is not necessarily the easiest one. We're still using a lot of strength in our legs, so squeezing our thighs close, chest is lifted. As you breathe in, coming into that cactus shape with your arms, elbows out to the side. Exhale, reaching forwards. Inhale as we open up. Exhale, reach, slight release. One more time, breathing in as we lift. Breathing out all the way forwards. And then holding here. And release, come back down, shake things out for a moment. Bring your feet back to shoulder or hip distance apart. Have a wiggle, sway. Stepping your right foot all the way back. Right hand staying low, left arm lifting up. Now, as we're staying here a little bit longer, you may want to bring this right knee down. Might be a little bit more comfy for you to turn into it from here. Or if you're keeping your toes tucked, we want to keep our hips pretty low and really press strong back through this right foot. So we're using the stretch through our hips. Breathing into it. Can we move? Can we rotate a little bit further? Releasing down, hands onto our mat, stepping back with that left leg. Maybe coming back onto our knees for our lower. Through your vinyasa, lifting up. Moving all the way back. Downward facing dogs. Perfect. Okay, same thing on the other side, but we're going to take that chair just back into those twists that we did in that first round. Walking your toes forwards. Breathing in as we lift up, roll shoulders away, create some space in front of you. Breathing out to fold back down. Slowly rolling up. Gently exhale as we sink our upper bodies forwards. Ready to move into those chair poses. Maybe again, you bring your feet closer together. It's up to you. We're bringing our bottoms back, arms lifting. Holding steady here. And go a little lower. Hands down towards your chest, left elbow outside your thigh, turning towards the side, really pressing our hands close together, chest facing the side of your room. Maybe here reaching our arms out if you wish, bringing your fingertips towards your mat and then up towards your ceiling. Turning back down towards the front, switching over to the other side. So starting out with our hands together, right elbow over to left leg, twisting. Trying to really turn your chest, maybe extending our arms out again. Going back to face the front. I know it's a heat builder in those legs. And then down, shake your legs out. Shoulders rolling away. Feet moving out to hip distance apart again. Breathing in to lift up halfway. Breathing out to fold back down. We're stepping back with our left foot this time. Right foot down on our mats, lifting through your chest. Turning to the side. Again, really pressing back through your heel behind you, using your hips to settle a bit lower if we can. Maybe you want to bring that back knee down. If that is more comfy, please go for it. Slowly release both hands onto our mats, into our high plank, maybe knees lower first, coming all the way down onto our mats with our chest, shoulders rolling as we lift up, breathing all the way out as we come back into those downward dogs, and then into a child's pose from here. Knees down onto the ground, toes untucked behind us, hips back towards our heels, upper body folded over our laps. Can we just sink in a little bit more? Slowly lifting ourselves up and forwards, back into that all fours position that we started out with. Little sway of our hips side to side. I'm going to spend a little more time working into our hips and our legs from here. So our right foot is going to come all the way forwards, up outside our hands. Now that may be one step for you, it may be a couple, you may need a little bit more of a shimmy, whatever you need. We're sinking in here, both hands down inside our toes, hips drawing a little bit closer to our mats. As we breathe in, chest opens. As we breathe out, sinking upper body closer down. Maybe a bend in your elbow. If you want to use a block underneath your arms or your hands here, go for it. Maybe you just want to bring yourself gently onto your forearms. Trying to soften into our upper body. We've used all of that heat through those little flows, our sequences, connecting into our deep breaths. So now we're just settling down a little bit more. Making your way back up onto your hands if you're not there at the moment. Going to move our right foot towards the middle of our mats. And maybe just bring it back slightly so that we're lifting ourselves up into a low lunge. So both legs are about 90 degrees. I'm going to bring my toes slightly closer towards me. Lifting through your arms, chest, reaching forwards. And again, that little sink forwards of our hips. So we've already created a bit of space, a bit of warmth through our legs. And we're trying to use that little bit of room now to go a tiny bit further. That may be just a small amount for you. It may be that today it's too much. Please take things at your own pace. Lifting through our chest. And from here, we're going to move back into that little cactus shape with our arms, elbows out to the side. And as we do, see if we can lift our hips all the way back. It might be a little bit wobbly on our ankles, take your time. Towards our half splits with our legs. So this right leg is pretty straight. Left knee is all the way bent. So our hips pretty much on top of this left leg. Oops, I'm wobbly today. Cactus arms still in this shape. Coming all the way forwards, lifting our arms up as we sink our hips back down into those low lunges. Breathing in as we lift chest, hips draw back. Breathing out as we sink forwards. One more time, breathing in. All the way out. Bringing your hands down onto your mat. Shuffling those right feet, toes towards left wrist. Right knee down towards your right wrist, back into everybody's favourite, our pigeon. Left leg sinks back behind you. You may want to pop a little block or a cushion underneath your right side glutes. Might just prop you up that little bit more and keep your hips facing forwards. Breathing in, we're lifting our chest, lifting our gaze. Breathing out, folding over the top of your shin, your knee. Again, please use whatever variation you need. So you may want to rest here onto your block. We're just sinking ourselves down, softening into that space for our hips, our glutes, our backs. Can be a pretty tight one. And from wherever you are, maybe that's your elbows, your hands, starting to walk both hands over towards the right side. So getting again that stretch down through the side of our waist, towards the side of our chest. Slowly moving back towards the front of your mat, bringing ourselves back towards those downward facing dogs. So our left toes are tucking, right leg steps back. You may want to give this right leg a bit of a shake. Give it a wiggle. Slowly bringing our knees back down to meeting back on all fours. Perfect. Same thing for the other side. So we're starting by bringing left foot up and outside our hands, sinking our hips low, breathing in as we lift our chest. Breathing out, we're lowering a little further down. If you're anything like me today and you have one side that is much tighter than the other, then things are going to feel quite different side to side. So notice where you have those sweet spots on one side that didn't quite fire up in the same way on the other. Or maybe this side feels a little bit more spacious, like you can go a bit further. So just recognizing a few of these things. Letting our hips soften down wherever they can. And we're coming back up onto our hands, slowly moving left toes towards the middle of your mat, coming up again towards those low lunges. So our chest is lifting, legs are about 90 degrees each. Bringing your arms all the way up above you. Arms out into this cactus shape, chest lifts. As we do that, can we slowly draw our hips back? So our upper body is going to start to fold a little further forward, but we're still in this cactus shape with our arms. So chest is lifted. We've got this stretch across shoulder to shoulder. Slow, deep breath. Exhale, we're leaning back towards those low lunges, arms lift. Inhale, coming all the way back. Exhale, come forwards. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out. Can we sink into it a teeny bit more? Perfect. Hands coming down now, moving into those pigeons. Left toes shuffle across our mats. Our right knee goes all the way back. Left knee close towards your wrist. Again, going to wherever you need to. You may want to adjust differently on each side. So, as I said, I've got one pretty tight hip at the moment. I'm going to have to bring this left foot, a little bit closer towards me so I can still maintain that fairly straight position with my hips. Breathing in as we roll shoulders. Breathing out to fold down in front. Closing your eyes. Softening in. Maybe just starting to notice how your upper body can fold this side. How was it the other? Taking one more breath just here. And then we'll start to move over towards the side. So both hands drawing over towards this left side. We're turning our upper body, just tilting really to get that stretch all the way down through the right side of our shoulder, chest, waist. Gently moving ourselves back up, hands onto our mats, right toes tucking behind us, left foot steps back. Again, you may want to have a shake out through your ankle, your hips, wiggle around a little bit. When you're ready, coming down with your knees, toes untucking behind us, back into those child's poses. And then we're slowly coming up towards seated, hands gliding back towards you, just sitting up onto our heels, onto a kneeling position. Closing your eyes here. Let your shoulders roll back and down away from your ears. Take a couple of deep breaths just in your own time. I'm going to rub our hands together. Build up a little bit of warmth through our palms with that friction. And then slowly taking your hands, your palms over the top of your eyes. Just taking a moment in that little bit of a darker space. Gently blinking your eyes open and then taking our hands away. Thank you so, so much, everybody. I hope you feel good. I hope you've had a little bit, maybe of something new in this flow, and that you have a lovely rest of your day. Just enjoy. Take anything you need with you, and I will see you very soon. Thank you very, very much. Have a great rest of your day.